Hello, we are covering critical incident method today from the methods of job analysis, and let's get started. So critical incident method, there's one very interesting thing about this was that when the recruitment of pilots was happening in World War II, this method came out of there. So essentially what happens in this method is there is one incident that is picked where the employee was under a lot of pressure, or it was a very important situation or very crucial situation, and this incident is picked out and it is analyzed to see how the reaction of the employee was, how good or bad they did in this particular incident. So there are four components, four stages that are in this method, and let's understand this method with the help of an example. So the first thing is antecedents. Now let's simplify antecedents. Antecedents is what led up to the incident. So what led up to the incident? Now let's say there was a patient, and this patient was critical, and this patient suffered a cardiac arrest, and this was very it wasn't predicted or it wasn't expected, so this was very unexpected, and this patient went into cardiac arrest. So what led up to the incident? The patient was already critical, and then this patient went into cardiac arrest. And what was the employee's action? So what this essentially means, what did the employee do? Okay, so there was a nurse taking care of this patient, and this nurse followed the emergency protocol and started CPR. So the employee's action was starting CPR and following the emergency protocol. Okay, the next thing is consequences. So what happened? This patient stabilized. So this patient was stabilized after the CPR happened on this patient, and then control. Okay, so this patient stabilized as a result of the CPR, but was this employee that was put into this situation under control? Was this situation in control of this employee? So that is determined here. Yes, the nurse followed the right protocol, and hence the whole situation was very much in control of this nurse. So what is happening here is antecedent, what led up to this incident. Then we move on to what did the employee do. So the nurse followed protocol, and what are the consequences? The patient stabilized. What was the employee in question in control? Yes, the employee in question was in control, and the employee in question here is the nurse. So this method is nothing. This is picking out a very important incident that happened with any one employee, and then after picking out this incident, it is analyzed how this employee reacted to this incident. Now what are the sources of this incident? The sources of this incident could be other employees, it could be a supervisor, it could be a manager, it could be anyone. So anyone in any situation could be the source of this incident. Anyone who has witnessed this incident in particular. So that is it from the critical incident method. Thank you so much.